Good morning, guys. I'm Nicole, and welcome to or back to my channel. Today, you are just going to spend the day with me. We might end up at a DG, so just stay tuned for that. And we already got the kids up. We got them to school. I had some peanut butter toast and coffee this morning, and now we're going to fold some laundry. So, see you in a few. So I have a 12th grader, a 6th grader, and a 1st grader this year, and believe it or not, all three of my children woke themselves up this morning, got ready. Of course, my 6-year-old had some assistance from me, but for the most part, they got themselves up, got themselves ready, and were ready to go to school. My 6-year-old was supposed to start school a couple days ago when I made that post with my 11-year-old daughter, but unfortunately they couldn't find a teacher for her for some reason, so her first day of school was actually today. So this was the first time since school started that all three kids were in school. And on Tuesday, I believe it was, my son actually got into a physical altercation with another student, and he was suspended for 2 days. But he was able to go back today, and everything is right in the world. Don't judge me. I'm not OCD. Okay, I might be just a little bit, but it looks good. And I can't find my tripod, so I'm also going to stick you guys up on a bottle of Lysol wipes while I fold these washcloths. Hope you don't mind. But you guys will see in my vlogs that every day is pretty much repetitive. It's the same type of stuff. I get up, I get the kids ready for school, they get off, and then I try to catch up on some chores around the house that need to be done. After the laundry's put away, I usually tidy up the bathroom. That's much better. So we just had to stop at Kenny Drug so Brian can load some money on his card, and we are on our way to the location. So I'll see you when we get there. And then I get to the location, and you'll never guess what's waiting for me. More laundry. There's always linens that needed to be folded or put away, or something needs to be organized. But I really do thank God that we were able to get this business together and able to get this location. And I thank God every day that we're able to utilize it and hopefully grow the business, because it really has changed our life in many ways for the better. But I did finish folding up the rest of these, and I did cut this video a little short as far as the location. So if you wanted to see more, go ahead and check out my live from today. I was live, and that'll show you more from the business. Of course, I have to make this man a grilled ham and cheese so that he can stay fed and happy and not drive me nuts. So we got some of these good sturdy buns from, I believe it was Walmart, and then I just cut them both into half like this. And yes, you are propped up on the microwave. I did say that I can't find my tripod, so. And then I kind of just manhandled this guy the rest of the way apart. No big deal. And there you have it. 2 separated buns. And then basically I just melted some butter in this here pan and toasted them bad boys up. I would normally butter each roll like you would for like a grilled cheese sandwich and then stick it down in the pan, but considering I only had one hand to do this as I was holding the camera with the other hand, I just figured if I melt some butter in the pan and put the buns in there, it'll do the same thing as if I would have buttered the bread prior. And after I let the inside toast, I just flipped them over to let the outside toast as well. And this is what it should look like. And then I just start building the sandwiches. And in between everything I have to do, you will always find one consistent, and that is me switching the laundry over. I do not separate my lights from my darks. I separate my whites from my colors, but not my lights from my darks. Don't judge me, judge your mama. Oops, that doesn't belong there. And of course, make sure I grab the tissue out of my man's pocket before I wash his shorts so it's not all over the place. I also don't use a lot of chemicals or laundry soap or anything like that in my laundry. I just use a Tide Pod that has OxiClean and Odor Shield, and that's all you need. Just got a pallet of 100 new chairs for the business. All right, so we are just out here waiting for the first one's bus to get here. Yeah, and then we're gonna get her inside and get her a snack. And in between waiting for the girls' bus, you guessed it, we're gonna switch over some laundry, my favorite pastime. I mean, seriously, do they even need this amount of clothes? And these are the kind of pods I use if you're interested. And these two items are my daughter's and they go in by themselves. And now we're just waiting on the second one to get here, and we have pepperoni pizza in the oven for after school snack. And pizza's done, ready to cut it up. So this is just a snack for them when they get home because I know they're going to be hungry, but we also have dinner cooking. It's already in the crock pot. So this is really just to hold them over in between school and dinner time. This pizza is thin crust and it was sliding all over the plate, so it was giving me a little bit of a hard time cutting it up. And there we go, all cut up and ready to serve. Okay guys, so it took a little longer than expected for my second one to get off the bus. She just got off the bus. I guess there was a mix up with transportation or something like that, which scares the crap out of me because she's only in first grade, so I hate when they mess things up. But there was an issue with transportation. She didn't end up getting on the bus she was supposed to get on, so when it came down the street and went past the house, of course I freaked out. I called the school and I was told there was a mix up, but she's on another bus and she'll be there. So she was a little late, but she just got home. So I had to wait for her, and now it's 4:30. My son gets out at 3:30, but luckily I have a sister over there by his school that he can go hang out at till I get there. But needless to say, we grabbed a water for my son and a snack of some of the pizza I just made, and we're gonna go pick him up from my sister's house. So ride with me to go do that. My son used to be able to walk back and forth to school, but recently we moved about 20 minutes away from our old apartment. And now, to keep him in the same school because he is a senior and I want him to be able to go to prom, graduate, and walk the stage with all his friends, we have to bring him back and forth to school now. No big deal. But thankfully, as I said in my previous video, both the girls were able to be switched to the schools out here. So their bus does pick them up and drop them off right in front of the house, which is such a blessing. So if you ever happen to be driving behind me and you think it's a good idea to get up on my rear end, it's not. I'm not going to move faster. I tend to drive 5 miles over the speed limit anyways. So if you're up my rear end, you're a jerk and you can go around. So coming right up here, we're about to get on 81 South. So from 81 North to 81 South all the way down, they're doing a bunch of construction basically throughout my whole area. And it is almost 5 o'clock right now, which is rush hour. So we'll see how this goes. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad and everything moved pretty smoothly. I've definitely seen it a lot worse. And I honestly really don't mind this time that I take to go get my son because I like driving by myself and just listening to music or clearing my head. A lot of times I don't really listen to anything. I just kind of drive in silence and just, reflect on the day or whatever the case may be. So when we get off the exit here, you're not really going to be able to see her, but it's the reason that I said what I said in the next clip, so I figure it would be easier to just go over it now. There's a homeless woman and she stands on the corner. She stands there every day, and she used to work with my sister, and she actually quit her job because she said she makes more on the corner than she does working. So I always thought that was pretty interesting. And if you guys have ever heard of Destiny USA, that's right up here on the right hand side. The bridge going over this road is the bridge to the mall. But if you're actually from here, that mall will never be Destiny USA, and it will always be the Carousel Mall. I guess it's just really hard for me to not sympathize, because I do, but it's really hard for me to show sympathy in that situation for people who, not homeless people in general. Don't get me wrong. Like, people fall on hard times. I understand that. But I was a 16-year-old mom, and I've fallen on hard times before. I've been homeless. I've been, like, to the point where I'm so broke that we can't get anything. I've been on food stamps. I've had PA pay my rent before. I've had to take the bus. Like, I get it. I understand the struggle. Don't get me wrong. But I never just stood stagnant. I always worked or figured something out. And then thankfully, my fiance decided to start this business because he needed something to do as well, because he has a criminal record, and it's not significant. It's not substantial. It's just like stupid couple misdemeanors and things like that. Dumb stuff when he was a kid, but it forever impacts your life and the things that you can do. So he decided, I'm not going to work for somebody, and I'm not going to have my future be in somebody else's hands. I'm going to take control of my future, and I'm going to create a business, you know. And so he did. And thankfully, it's been successful thus far. Crazy, this being in the dark. Don't mind me, I can't sing, but I love that song. I'm a big country fan. I never used to be, though. That's funny. But my music taste is all over the place. I'm not like one genre. I like country, I like hip hop, I like R&B, all that good stuff. Like I was saying, though, at some point in life, you gotta hold accountability and just, I don't know, hold accountability. Do what you need to do. Like, things haven't always been easy for me either. Things aren't easy for anybody. I don't think there's anybody in this world that things are easy for. And nobody chose to be here, you know? So, I don't know, it just seems like we're living in a world where it's too hard to be kind to each other. But I'm gonna shut up, turn you guys around, let you enjoy the rest of the ride. We're almost to my sister's house now. And now we are in my old neck of the woods, my old neighborhood, the neighborhood that I moved out of. From where I live now. This is the neighborhood that the kids used to go to school in. My sister still lives over here. And this block probably has the most drug addicts you've ever seen in your whole life. Okay, but we have finally made it to my sister's street, so let's go pick up my son and let's get home so we can eat some dinner. And he was happy to see that pizza, by the way. Beef tips and gravy over potatoes for dinner. It was so good. And of course, we just got a new 7 brew, so I had to try out the viral 7 brew. I got caramel macchiato, and it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, very sweet, but very good. And my daughter got the strawberry smoothie. Is it good?
Yeah.
Sit back. That's not the fat one, that's James. Hi James, you know it. Alright guys, but that was my vlog. Now my face is washed, now my teeth are brushed, and I'm gonna go lay down and get ready for bed. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.